Hello, good evening, everyone. It's Chickzama here. I do not have a PNG on screen, but I think you all know me, right? Welcome to the Texas BBCF Online Tournament number 6. I am here with Nana and Salty. How y'all doing?
I am doing just fine, and I'm also excited for what we have here today, Blaze Blue Central Fiction, and it's going to be our 6th weekly. Notice how I said it's weekly because we're having them basically just be each consecutive week in preparation for Frosty, so that's really exciting to see a lot of players just coming back every single week and preparing for that big tournament. But I'm also handing it off to Nana because Nana has been sitting here, and I feel like they want to interact. She wants to introduce herself as well.
Oh, hello everyone. Yeah, it's Chef Nana here. Yeah, like Salty said, that this is going to be our 6th week. We are grinding for Frosty Faustings. We actually have a smaller bracket this time, but at the same time, it's also very stacked. Texas is going to be showing its strength here, I think.
Yeah, 13 players are signed up today, if the numbers are correct. And yeah, let me see. Reload. Oh, no, 12 players. Never mind. So we have 12 players lined up for today. And even though it is 12 players, as Nana just said, it is going to be very stacked. You know Javon, you know Chickzama, you know Extreme Sonic by now. You know Weepshi, Hollow. So it's going to be looking really good.
It very much is, but we also have a few other people who haven't shown up. They're coming to grace their or grace us with their presence, like Too Many Dads. We got Citrus back in. Obi Nation we've not seen in a while, so yeah, it should be a really good tournament this time.
Yeah, Too Many Dads, I'm also excited for because I don't think he plays in online tournaments that often. Not even just this tournament, but just tournaments in general online. So he plays Azrael, and we don't really have any other Texas Azrael player. So that's gonna be really cool to see what he brings to the table, and hopefully we'll see them make it far despite how stacked this bracket is looking.
Yeah, exactly. So let's see who we have up first on our stream here.
Yeah, first
Oh,
up, Zephyr FGC versus It's Just Morty. Again, we have some regulars here, and what do you think? What do you think about these two players? I know I haven't been commentating these brackets since the very first one. Actually, it feels like the we've had a lot more tournaments than we've actually had, just because like a big break during the holidays.
yeah.
Um, but yeah, again, what do you think about these two players since you've probably watched them a lot by now?
Yeah, but I've not seen these two face each other off that often, so this would be pretty new to me as well.
Oh my gosh, Aurelius. Okay,
Oh,
sorry,
dude. Yeah,
Javon correcting me. I keep thinking that Too Many Dads is Azrael. That's
yeah.
really miffy. I don't know why I switch them up in my head, but for some reason I do. Yeah, Too Many Dads, Relius. But again, same thing still applies here. Too Many Dads representing a character that is
Yeah.
not represented at all here in Texas. And
Yeah.
Relius is also a super cool character too. A puppet character, one of the only puppet characters in this game. But yeah, before we even talk about Too Many Dads, we first have to get into this match that we have up right now. Zephyr FGC versus It's Just Morty. Morty on the Jubei, and Zephyr on Hazama.
Oh, we got two Hazamas in this bracket. Okay.
Hazama is a very popular character.
Yeah. Okay, it's already been popped. They got the we're doing here. Ooh, he's already popping out with that.
Right, there's the overhead coming out. This should convert into a pretty
Okay.
good combo for... Oh no, Zephyr. I think they dropped at the very end there.
Okay, he's coming back. Okay, he had the burst on that one.
Oh my gosh, what an air-to-air pickup from Morty. What great awareness, too. Saw Zephyr coming down from the air and actually able to snipe him there. Overhead, going to connect. Doesn't have meter to actually convert off of that hit, though. But this should be enough. Doesn't even need to convert afterwards. That is enough to kill as Morty takes that first round.
Yeah, you don't even see that often with Jubei, especially not in Texas. I only know like maybe one and a half.
Just wait till you hear Javon with his pocket Jubei.
I
It
know.
feels like Javon pockets every single character in this
Yeah,
game.
he pockets everybody. Let's face it. Oh, he popped.
Oh, wow. Great
Yeah.
read on that tech
Hey.
for Morty. And this should be a pretty sweet corner combo. There you go, 3.3k.
Okay, he's gonna pop it. He's gonna do it in retaliation. Ooh.
Yeah, there you go. There's the pickup. Oh no! Drops the combo in between. This could be very big for Morty. The moment they get out of this combo, another drop. Zephyr is definitely feeling the nerves right now. There's the anti-air from Morty. There it is, the super.
Maybe not.
All right, yeah. Zephyr playing the regular Chickzama, noticing they're at low life, does not want to have to interact with a Jubei at the very least, and just playing what they call lane, you know, jumping back, throwing out chains, trying to catch Morty, approaching, making mistakes from afar. But unfortunately, that does not seem to be working out, as Morty will be taking that very first game. It looks like we're going back to character select though, and it seems like Zephyr is going to switch back to Naoto instead of Chickzama. Maybe Chickzama was not working out for them, and Naoto is going to be a very different matchup, keep in mind. So we could definitely see a lot more interactions with this character swap.
Yeah, and I've actually switched over to Naoto myself, so I'm a little bit more familiar with how this character plays compared to Chickzama.
Insert breaking my finger joke here. A great start for Morty right here. Even though it wasn't a lot of damage, this does take Zephyr's burst. And now it's going to take a long time for this burst to actually recharge, as Morty takes half of Zephyr's health away just like that. And this should bring him down to 30%. Morty yet to be touched until that DP comes out. And there's the throw from Morty, throwing him back into the corner. Has overdrive as well, so here's going to be the super, and that will be enough to kill. Extremely well played, very clean from Morty. Yeah, right now it seems like Zephyr is struggling a lot more playing Naoto against Jubei than they were with Chickzama versus Jubei. Maybe it's because Chickzama was feeling a little more non-confrontational towards this character, towards Jubei, towards Morty, and because Zephyr has to commit a bit more with their approaches, it's proving to be a much more difficult time to actually open them up.
Yeah, with Naoto, yeah, you gotta have to be a little bit more in your face when it comes to your game plan. And with Jubei, he looks like he can actually, attack from a distance.
But it looks like they got a good, solid combo right there. Oh my gosh, just runs of TP. That's the classic Naoto gameplay you know and love. It feels like that's all they do. I mean, it is a very good TP, mind you.
Exactly. It's like the whole thing. It's like just rush him and DP him. There we go.
Well, alrighty. It looks like Zephyr here is making me eat my words as they take a round, evening up game 2 right here, and a fantastic start, a counter hit air to air, and there's the chase down on the ground. Another small combo, but this can start adding up.
Get the fireball out.
Yeah, one thing to notice there too is that Zephyr did have that advantage too, because they were like had Morty in their block pressure, but that fireball was just looming over their head and had to stop that pressure entirely. So that is one thing that Morty can actually use to their advantage, right? Using those fireballs to control neutral and also keep people from pressuring him like normal. Yeah, Morty will be able to finish this one out. Super at the end. It will not drop 4.3k to finish him off. Morty was able to take that game 2 to move on through the tournament, but that was not easily earned. Zephyr definitely gave them a much harder fight at the very end as they start to get more acclimated to how to play as against Jubei in the matchup as Naoto.
Yeah, that knocks him down to losers, and now, but he's still not out. He still has got another chance to crawl back in. Next, though, who do we have up on stream here? We have Obi Nation and Citrus.
Yeah,
Now,
for sure. Just as you said, this is double elimination as always, and a first to two too. So you won't have as much time to adapt as say a game like Guilty Gear Strive, but first to two is definitely enough to be fair, right? And
yeah,
it doesn't mean that when you lose that match, you're necessarily out of the tournament either. You always have a second chance to make it into top eight, or even make it into grand finals if you get out early in winners. So you always have that extra bit of safety net, though you don't want to go down to losers at the very first round, obviously. So
right,
let's hope that Zephyr, down but not out, right?
right. And then, oh, actually, no, I take that back. We have Polo and Too Many Dads. Yes, we will have our local Relius on stream pretty soon.
I'm gonna take this time to apologize to Too Many Dads myself.
Usually,
A very heartfelt apology. I did not mean to say that you play Azrael. I'm sorry that I'm sorry if you took offense to me calling you a gorilla. You are actually an esteemed individual here, playing Relius, playing a cool puppet character. So yeah, please take my apology.
what's funny too is I've played Dads before in Plus R, and he plays Eddie in that too. So yeah, he's very adept at playing puppet characters.
Well, all right. Looks like Hollow is in the room, ready to rumble with the Mai Natsume. We all know, we all love this character. Giant spear, very fast, hard to hit, hits hard, and Too Many Dads rocking in um has the little hat, the sunglasses, ready to go as well. Always love whenever you have customizable avatars in a game, because you
Yeah,
can just see just the random stuff that people put together. I mean, look at this. I have Arcune Susano cowboy hat. It's
and there's me.
such a fun time.
Yes, and me, I just have a plain old Valkenheim.
All right, both players in the room. I think Nana, you have to pass.
Oh, I do have the pass hold up here.
Yeah, make sure that.
No, I don't want to do that. Here, auto pass. Yeah,
Here we go.
there we go.
Now they're ready to go. Locking into our characters immediately. Relius Clover. All right, we're picking the stage. Does this mean we're going to be picking the music too? Hollow, I hope you have good taste.
We're judging you.
What's it
on
going to
this.
be? What's it going to be? No!
Ah, no.
A disconnect? That is quite unfortunate.
All right, so who do we? Oh no, we lost Dads. No.
All right, looks like we're just waiting for them again. Good choice in stage though, Hollow. I'll give you that. I'll clap to that. Snowtown is a great stage, but I'm sorry if you take offense to this, but
No, here we
Rachel's
go.
stage is better. All right, Rachel's stage is better. Pick that one next time.
All right, so as we wait on Dads, so who has best stage in Blaze Blue?
Nana, pass.
Pass. Okay. Oh my God, the thing will not let me pass. I can hit auto pass. Hold on.
There you go.
I don't know why it does that. It doesn't. Okay. Anyway,
Who has the best stage? I said it already. Rachel's stage, the castle with the roses. Definitely the coolest one.
that is pretty badass.
Oh,
Ah! All right.
game crashes on select. Ooh, that's definitely not good.
Yeah.
Oh man, PC port, Arc System Works game moment. Yeah, for sure. I know this problem also happens a lot with Xrd as well, Guilty Gear Xrd. And there's also like cases where depending on where you live, you just cannot connect to the lobbies at all. Like certain people's lobbies. It's really, really weird.
Yeah. I have most of the trouble in Blaze Blue. I've never had problems with it in Exert or in Plus R, but again.
Yeah, one time I ran a delay-based bracket for Xrd before rollback dropped,
Ooh.
and it was basically open to every single region. It was to make it as bad as possible. And
You are a
the
braver
thing is,
man
it's
than
like
I.
it's not the delay is not like the problem when it comes to like oh, sorry, let me join the lobby real quick. Yeah, but the delay is not like the problem when joining the room. It's like something to do with whatever your ID code is, like depending on where you live. It's really, really weird. But I know that there are some players that literally could not play with each other or could not join our room. And so we had problems where it's like we're just hoping that, and I know it might sound mean-spirited, but we're hoping that they didn't make it so far that where we like had to stream them but couldn't. All right, let's hope that the room, resetting the room was able to make it work in the end. Sometimes a little bit of percussion therapy is all that it is, all that it needs to make it work.
I'm back. That was weird. It got disconnected altogether. I just got booted out. All right, cool.
You know,
Sorry about that.
maybe dads needs to like kick their PC, like knock it over, give it a few punches, the 1-2.
There we go. Now we're good, I think.
Okay, that was a bit of technical issues, but let's hope that, crossing my fingers here, crossing my fingers, that it's gonna
Yeah.
work right now. Okay.
All right, we're off to a good start.
Maybe it's Snowtown. Maybe it's Snowtown. Hollow, stop picking Snowtown. You have to pick Rachel's stage. Okay, never mind. We're right in there. Except it's Snowtown. Maybe it was the music choice. Maybe it was the music choice. But here we have it. My, Hollow, and Relius, too many dads. We are loading right in. I mean, that's cool. I don't know what they were saying, though. I don't have subtitles. Already off to a great start for Hollow, having dads in their pressure almost immediately, but dads finding a great mash time to get out of that pressure. However, they are still in the corner, and they were not paying attention to that, and Hollow able to use that spear thrust to get in so incredibly fast and keep this pressure so suffocating.
Yeah, Maya's one of those I don't like being under her pressure for some reason. Probably because it's
Oh no,
just
that's
scary.
fully understandable. You know, it's never an Arc System Works game when you don't like the other character's pressure. But it's also not an Arc System Works game without having that one character that everyone just absolutely hates. And Maya is definitely one of them.
Although there is something to be said about Relius as well. Relius is kind of like, I know Carl is one of the best characters in here, and he's not as placed, but Relius can be scary as hell.
Oh yeah, for sure. But Daz has yet to be able to represent it, unfortunately, because Hollow was stuck to them that entire time. But I definitely know what you're talking about. Daz, you know, when they send out the puppet and have the other player in that sandwich pressure where you just have to guess overhead low, cross up, and then it just becomes so overwhelming.
And now Zad's is able to show off a little bit of what this guy is capable of here.
But not for long, as Hollow switches the turntables on him almost immediately. But there's the super coming out, and there's the sandwich pressure I was talking about earlier. The overhead will connect. But once again, it seems like Dads is not able to keep that combo up going for that very long, as they are dropping it midway through a lot. Burst coming out from Dads, trying to oh my gosh. Yeah, that was really tricky. I did not block that either. Dads choosing the perfect time to run under Hollow for double jumping up so high and throwing spears from afar, and actually able to cross up really ambiguously because of it. Yeah, that's one thing to keep in mind. And keep in mind too when you're watching this game are double jumps and just jumping up really high in general. I know S players can do that a lot, where they jump up really high and they shoot out their fireballs. But also Mai is one of those characters where she'll jump up really high, throw her outer spear, and just play lane, right? And you can actually take that to your advantage, because after you double jump, after you high jump like that, you don't have any other air actions. You're basically stuck in the air, and the other player can just approach you for free if you already use your action.
Okay, right now Puppet is out of commission. It looks like he's going to be taking advantage of that. Maybe not, because he just burst out of that.
There's the cross up to seal it. Hollow will take that game to put them up 1-0 over Too Many Dads.
Going right back into it. Okay.
Yeah, getting right back into the action. That's what I like to see. Players don't need a breather. They already had their breather before the bracket even started, and they're just ready to go at it. Oh yeah, that's a huge thing that Daz will want to burst on, because it is a fatal counter. But let's see if they can make that burst a good one too, because that did put Daz at 50% of their health gone versus Hollow with 100. So they have more of a hill to climb than they would normally.
I'm almost afraid to ask if there's any kind of infinite in this game.
No, not really.
Okay.
There's technically
Sometimes I guess it feels like it.
There were definitely more actual infinites in previous games.
Oh, okay.
But they've definitely been ironed out, because Central Fiction, BlazBlue has been around for so long. They've had a ton of time to tweak stuff out. I guess the only thing that you can kind of classify as an infinite is the Taker timer scam, but that's about it.
Technically, there have never been any infinites up until just recently, as you said, with Taker Timer Scam, and Mai actually has an infinite.
Oh, really?
Yes. SKD found that out very recently, actually.
Ooh.
Okay. And I guess that makes sense why I wasn't in the loop. Well, that's scary. I am absolutely terrified. As terrified as you have to be when Too Many Dads here gets that throw. Yeah. Does have a very low life though, and can get there you go, taken out by really any button. Very, very tough, but well played to Hollow. Able to take that 2-0, no hiccups in between. And that will put them up into winners quarterfinals or winners round 2. Again, it's a small bracket, so winners quarterfinals literally is winners round 2. And this will also make it a top 8 qualifier as well. So there's more emphasis placed on each of these matches. Javon and Haas played off stream already, and they are making it into top 8 to face off against each other in semifinals. Morty and Obi Nation actually being sent down to losers. And the next 2 matches we have coming up will be the last bit of winners side qualifiers for top 8, with Chickzama versus Weebshi and Extreme Sonic versus Hollow.
And this next one's actually going to be pretty interesting, because it's 2 players that you don't see face off each other that often. Chickzama obviously rocking the Hazama, and Weebshi with their Rachel, which is another character that you don't see often here in Texas, much less in they're one of our like local folks here. So I'm used to seeing the Rachel more often than others.
I think that should be a very interesting matchup, because the way that Rachel likes to play is that she likes to set up traps. She likes to fill up the screen with unnecessary garbage that you have to work around. But Hazama is one of the best characters to actually work around those kind of options. So Chickzama could very easily, I would say, move around. Well, not very easily, but is capable of moving around those projectiles, moving around those traps to where they won't be as much of a problem as you may think.
Yeah, but still, calling poor little Froggy George trash is going a little too far, I think. And then everybody's not gonna be.
Unnecessary trash. I'm just kidding.
And of
We
course, like
got George here, casually strolling along with no care in the world. I'm sorry that everyone hates you, but it's just it's just how it is.
yeah. All right, McRae taking the burst. That was a very fast burst right there. That's what we like to call either the hero burst, or as they call it, the Austin burst.
And here's another thing I didn't talk about before was you notice how Rachel actually uses her resource on the bottom to actually basically change the trajectory of like everything on screen. So she like easily can teleport to your face in the same way that Chickzama can.
Yeah, it's just the speed of that air combo. It's just out of nowhere. Rachel's energy is just like down to nil. Like we might be coming back here.
George the 13th coming out, holding down the fort.
And Chick catches him in the corner. Oh, they're not having it this time. There's no George allowed on the screen.
No, not at all. And you're not going to be allowed to move either. Now that Chickzama has Weepchi in the corner, taking a burst from Weepchi as well. Another early burst coming out. Weepchi is really struggling at this point without Overdrive as an available resource.
Yeah, they're gonna figure out a different way to get out of the corner here, because yeah, Chicks was just waiting on that, stomping it out literally.
And the electric chair.
And that's gonna do it for Chick, taking the first game. All right, now they're gonna get right back into it. Let's see.
The wheel ready starting. Riven 1. Action!
All right, we're getting started yet again. Weepchi got a bit of hit right there, and another burst coming out early. But Weepchi going to actually convert off of that burst, or well, convert off of that situation, right, to make it a better one. And George the 13th came out, but the active frame just did not last long enough to keep Chickzama locked down in the corner. And now Chickzama is roaming free, and keeping Weepchi from running it around the same way. Backing out overhead will connect. This combo should be enough to kill. No, not quite. Another overhead coming out, but it will actually be beaten out by the electric chair. Electric chair is a very active armored move. It's not a DP, but it's an armored move, so it can work as such if there's enough of a gap. The staggered pressure is going crazy. Weepchi going to have to use some meter, or well, choosing to use some meter to get Chickzama off of him. And that's one thing to note about Chickzama too, is that Chickzama has extremely powerful stagger pressure, some of the best in the game actually. So it was smart for Weepchi to actually want to get out of that situation as fast as he could. And now they have the room, they have the space to set up traps, but not if Chickzama can get in so fast that chain will connect, and that will lead to a full combo. Actually dropping at the end though.
It looks like we're gonna have to rely on a few more Georges to set up a few traps, hoping to catch Chick off guard.
The throw coming out in the astral. Chickzama, you did not have to do that to him. The 3D snake coming out, finishing you off, eating you whole. Wait, that wasn't even the final round, was it?
No, I think it was.
No, it was. Okay. All right. I guess it wasn't that bad after all. All right. A set win for Chickzama 2-0, going by super quickly. And I mean, what else could you expect from Chickzama, one of the top Hazama players here in Texas? Extremely strong results and has been a consistent top finisher here at these tournaments.
Of course, mad respect to Chick always, just because they're one of the people who puts on this tournament every week, every other week. So I would say hats off to our TO.
And a big respect to Weepshe as well, because like even if they didn't take any games off of Chickzama, they're still a very good Rachel player that knows his stuff. So you don't want to count them out right now.
Right. Up here on the stream. Oh, that's it. Oh, here we go. All right, so we got Polo and we got 9 the Phantom. 9 we are very familiar here in Austin, especially. We have quite a few 9s.
Yeah, quite a few 9s, quite a few S's. 9 and S is the big thing here in Texas. Big thing here in Austin, actually.
Yeah.
You know, Julio playing 9s, Swirly playing in 9s, some of the strongest 9s, actually, just overall, which is crazy. And Extreme Sonic here as well was able to take, I think, 3rd place last weekly. So big kudos to them. I think it was their highest placing here in these weeklies too. And let's see if magic can happen twice for Extreme Sonic. And magic could happen twice if they continue getting great starts like this, especially against Hollow's Mai.
Now this is a curious match because both of them have like these very good reaches. 9 can like hit you from like half the screen away, but so can Mai. So I'd say this almost dare I say it's an even matchup. I could be wrong here.
I would say so too. I mean, Mai is a very strong character, 9's a very strong character, and Mai is very fast, very far-reaching to where they can counter a lot more of 9's options that other characters struggle against.
Right. And there's always like the classic block the rock.
Yeah, make sure you're wearing your hard hats. You gotta block that overhead. Keep it in mind at all times, because not only can it be used as a mix-up tool, it can be used as a combo tool, and it can be used as a pressure, or not a pressure reset, as a combo reset as well. If you're not paying attention. And just like that, Hollow unfortunately was not paying attention at that one moment. Overhead and low coming by so quickly, and a super, the big lasers, the big beam to finish Hollow off. Short and simple. Extreme Sonic taking that first game away from Hollow and moving them a little closer to that top 8 spot.
Yeah, that one thing about that 9 super that always gets me is the fact that she's shooting it out of her leg. I just every time I see it, it's just like trying to hold back laughter.
Why is that?
It just looks silly to me.
Yeah, I can see that. I can kind of see that. But I also can't, because I also play Alco from Melty Blood and he shoots with foot as well. So it's not as silly to me.
But I've also seen. Damn, it's just like right when those sentences were said, Extreme Sonic takes this as a perfect.
リベン2アクション
Ooh, hold on. I got kicked from the spectating.
Oh no.
I hate it when that happens. It does happen a lot with for some reason.
And man, it looks like Extreme Sonic made quick work of that, and now it's. I believe it's now moving on to Winterside.
Oh, that was
Eh,
a quick game for Extreme?
Yeah, it was a very quick game for Extreme.
Okay. I'm not watching, so I'm like holding my breath, waiting for the results to see who wins.
Yeah.
And then you just come back like 30 seconds later and it's like, hey, Extreme Sonic won. I'm like, what?
Yeah,
that
that was
fast?
fast. Yep.
Well played to Extreme Sonic. You know, even if I wasn't watching, I know they played well.
Okay.
I mean, they've gone top 3 in these weeklies before. So,
Exactly.
you definitely know what kind of player that Extreme Sonic is. But it's a hard road ahead of them. They're going to be playing against Chickzama coming up in Winterside top 8. And if they win that, then they could potentially play against Javon too. And
Right.
that's such a difficult gauntlet to go through the moment you get into top 8.
Yeah, it's like arguably one of the hardest gauntlets in Texas alone.
Yeah, I can only imagine what it's going to be like when Texas Showdown comes around, when Frosty comes around, seeing all
Right.
these strong players just converging, especially Texas too, because Blaze Blue, I mean, it's big in Texas, but it's never going to be as big as Frosty. I mean, Frosty is such a huge event as is, but it's
Right.
all about like elevating the Texas scene, and that's also kind of what these tournaments are doing, elevating the Texas scene, and making it easier for Texas players to come out, show their stuff in this really cool game, and show everyone else how strong of players we are. I mean, we saw last year Javon, Swirly, Fire, Chickzama, Shinhwa
And
all making
yeah,
top 8, or yeah,
yeah,
Shinhwa
I
all
think
making top 8.
yeah, I
That
think
was
Zen
Shinhwa?
too was in there.
No, it was a Shinhwa. It was
Zen.
yeah, Zen and Killer Kitty.
Yeah. Of course, we have no, and Javon here is no stranger to this tournament. Always bringing in the strongest with his S.
A main organizer. Just, I feel like Javon thought of this tournament as like, hey, I want to like play online a bit more with this character. And that's exactly what we're seeing right now. Haas did get a great start against Javon, and Kagura is kind of built for that. Kagura is such a high damage character, can easily get 4K off of any stray hit, unlike S, because S does need her install, or does need overdrive if they want to go for really big damage combos. But Kagura doesn't really need to work for them as hard. So if they can hit Javon just enough, then they can definitely squeeze out some rounds right here. But it's all about getting those hits, right? Because Kagura has big buttons, but they're very slow buttons. And S, on the other hand, has big buttons, but very fast buttons. And a very fast character, too. So, oftentimes, S here is going to be the aggressor or going to be running away a lot. And it's on Haas's side to chase S down and try to keep S guessing just long enough in order for them to open them up. And there we have it. Remember how I talked about how double jumps can be so deadly? How S likes to double jump projectile? Well, Javon loves doing that. That's one thing you're going to notice about him. He loves doing double jump into double fireball. And Haas was able to take advantage of that. Notice Javon's habits right there, and was able to squeeze out a good amount of damage from punishing that option.
Yeah, it's just like it's always so amazing to see Javon, like just the awareness of each of his opponents, like knowing the habits, and Haas like seeing that, kind of seeing that back with Javon's habits with S, which makes it for a very interesting match. And what's even kind of always impressive to me with Kagura players is just the fact that he's a charge character, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
That was I did not expect that to side swap actually, but it did too. And Javon has that install ready on deck. Going to use it right there for those plus frames. And Haas actually matching out, noticing the guard crush coming out from Javon. What great awareness on defense. Knew exactly when to mash and react on time, react appropriately. And there's that little dash forward coming into play as well. That's actually projectile invincible, so you see how I noticed how it went straight through Javon's huge projectiles as S.
Okay, you got the burst. You have to throw out. He can actually. He might be able to squeeze this.
Awesome overhead burst coming out. Javon wants this win right now.
Oh, he's a pixel.
Very interesting choice for Javon, but Javon believes in it. Not if you're not barriering the chip, damage will kill you. DPing out. And one thing to notice about that situation, if you keep in mind, is that Javon was using barrier a lot. And barrier actually is extremely strong against Kagura because Kagura can get pushed out so far by barrier. And you notice how it pushed Haas out so far that there was nothing that they could do from that range.
And
Yeah.
And just considering how finite the barrier is, it's like almost like a meter management in his case.
Man, I know that Haas here has very low life. I can't ignore that portrait on the top right corner flashing. Never mind. I was like, an Astro coming? Maybe? Just do it to Javon once. Had to guard cancel out, and it looks like it didn't work out for them in the end. Javon evening up the rounds here, giving Haas a much harder time. When things were looking good, Javon is turning it around.
And now he's on set point here.
Toss him in the corner here. It comes. Here's the pain train. 3.2k off of the throw combo. There's a fatal counter. Doesn't get the full confirm at the very end.
Alright, they're pretty evenly. It can go either way at this point.
Yeah, for sure. And also, Haas is the only one who has burst, who has overdrive still left, and the overhead, Javon not blocking it high. Haas will take a game.
All right, now we're on 1-1. It can go either way.
This
This
is
might actually-
huge for Haas, actually.
Yeah.
Dethroning, upsetting a tournament king here at the very start of top 8. I don't want to jinx them though.
Yeah. The commentator curse.
The commentator curse. We all know it. We all hear about it.
Now that fireball is just she easily has one of the best in the game. It's like it's big, it's fast, it does pretty decent damage considering.
Now, I'll do you one better. That's his fireball.
Fireball? Oh, wow. There, bro.
Javon taking that round cleanly, and this puts Javon on a set point. Haas going for a hard read immediately, calling out with an anti-air, but that will whiff. Still has some pressure going. Javon fighting back, biting back. Crest will activate. Here's some 5A pressure. And the air-to-air with the JBs controlling that airspace, keeping Haas from jumping, keeping them from being airborne, and reducing that mental stack here in neutral. Speaking of mental stack, Haas is going to have to deal with it a lot right now. The burst bait from Javon, jump canceling that normal to actually bait it out entirely and punish it afterwards. The super at the end, Javon barely getting touched that entire round. And Haas got that win, and Javon took it personally. Javon will be moving up to go into winners finals.
It's just amazing me how like if Javon takes a loss, he just immediately goes into this this mode of I have to win this next one or else.
I know what you mean. I was playing. I mean, we see that a lot, right? We see how Javon plays. Javon, a very competitive player. Even in like the regular Blaze Blue monthlies, definitely very competitive, like with any match really. And I remember last Thursday I was playing Grand Blue and it made top 8. He also made top 8, and we just so happened to fight each other in at the very start of loses top 8 and loses quarters. I took a game off of him, and he took a game off of me. We were 1-1. And he won at the end, and he had like the biggest pop-off ever. That just goes to show how seriously he takes these competitive environments with these brackets, and that's all great, right?
Yeah.
You love that tournament spirit, that competitive spirit, the urge to get better, right?
Yeah, kind of that constant urge to improve, and we're probably going to be seeing a lot of probably him on stream up at Texas Showdown now that he's starting to make the tournament rounds. Ever since last year, and he I can't remember what he made. I don't remember if he made 4th or 5th at Texas Showdown last year. But he was up there.
I believe he made 3rd. But yeah, I think I believe was it 3rd? No, it was 4th. You're right. It was or 5th technically.
Yeah, it was like either 4th or 5th.
Because I remember it was Chickzama beat Javon.
Right.
And then Chickzama lost to Julio, and Julio played against Monarch.
Right, and Monarch was the one. It's like, oh yeah, all these Texas players and Monarch.
Yeah, Monarch coming down to Texas just to beat us up.
Yeah, exactly. Not even using his strongest character.
No, not at all. Yeah, rocking that Lambda. Well, I mean, yeah, I guess. I don't know. I feel like I pin Monarch more as a Lambda player just because he plays that character so much more than he does S.
Right.
But I know he does play S, right?
Yeah, he plays S too.
Yeah.
All right, so what do we have next up on deck here? Let me pick my little king. Oh yeah, we have Chickzama and Extreme Sonic. This is one we've seen before. Dallas versus Houston. And this is going to be good. Because that's when there's a tendency to go back and forth.
For sure. There it is, the Chickzama versus 9. Normally you see this matchup when it comes to Swirly versus Chickzama.
Yeah.
I feel like that's the first thing that comes into mind. Well, one of the first things that comes into mind when I think of Texas rivalries, right? 9 versus Chickzama, and then 9 versus S. Somehow it always includes 9.
It always includes 9, or it almost always includes S.
Alright, what's the music? Endless Despair, alright. Of course, right? gotta play the main man's theme.
Right.
You know, I love how the game says synchronizing instead of loading. It's just gotta be even more special with this terminology.
Right.
We gotta have a word for everything. A great start from Extreme Sonic with a hard read, using the air to air to actually punish Chickzama's jump back.
Yeah, Chickzama did not want to take any chances.
Chain coming in, does not have any chain stocks though. Is going to have to wait for some time as they are recharging, and now they are back. going to whip around the screen like Spider-Man.
Yeah, both of these characters have great control over the range, and both can close in and cause some serious damage.
And a great usage of J2A from Extreme Sonic. A very low-reaching jumping overhead that or jumping normal that reaches very far downwards to where you can get some really sneaky overheads and actually beat out a lot more anti-airs than you actually think.
And that'll do it. That's over what? Let's see. That 3,700 damage?
I think.
Yeah.
Oh, catching Extreme, trying to jump out, trying to get away. And overhead coming in. Once again, Extreme Sonic maybe getting a bit antsy right here, trying to escape this very suffocating situation that Chickzama is throwing out. The overhead will connect. Tension coming out, and Chickzama will have some more combos after that, some more moves to throw out because you can actually combo off of that super.
Because
yeah.
perfect. Jeez.
A ton of scaling on that super, but it is comboable afterwards.
There's the classic rock.
Maybe pressure full screen overhead. Purple throw, okay. Yeah, Extreme Sonic not gonna take that one.
I'm still learning all the terminology for the throws, and it's like, oh, it's like they did a purple throw. I'm like, what the hell is that?
Yeah, purple throw, blue throw, regular throw. Chickzama in danger right now, which means that any hit is going to do a ton of damage to Chickzama. Nine's already a pretty high damaging character too. So
yeah.
Let's hope that Chickzama's berry is going to recharge in time. And yes, it will. There's another throw coming out in the air. Extreme Sonic still not letting that go by. And Rock coming down, cracking his skull open. Chickzama still has some some gas in the tank.
And Extreme Sonic takes the first match. I like how we were just like all sitting here like throwing my hand waiting and like silence and just wait.
Rebel 1! Oh my gosh! No, Alright. Great start for Sonic yet again. These air-to-airs are actually doing so much work for Sonic, actually, because, you know, Hazama, a very airborne character, likes to run around, play lame. So it's on Sonic to go for those reads, be aggressive, and keeping Chickzama from playing like that, right? Playing that game plan. And it's working beautifully.
Playing at the distance, closing ranks. And that's where Hazama does most of his best work here. Coming in and causing big damage.
Yeah, big damage, playing lame, and then once Hazama does get in, just the craziest stagger pressure you've ever seen.
I will say though, he is a very entertaining character to watch. But I'm probably the minority for that, because every time I hear it, it's like, oh, I hate snakes.
I think people hate it just because he's hard to play against, or he's annoying to play against. But I think he is a very cool character, as are most characters in this game. I know people complain about Nine. I think Nine's cool. People complain about Izanami all the time because Izanami is the strongest character in the game. But I think Izanami is also super cool, and I don't know about you, but I think Izanami has the coolest super in the game. But we're not talking about Izanami at the moment. We're talking about Hazama and Nine, and Chickzama does get a chain to actually connect right there, but doesn't get a full combo afterwards. It was a bit of a weird spot to hit. However, Extreme Sonic, finding a full combo of their own, has 2 rocks in the tank and will use it for a reset at the very end. Chickzama not asleep at the wheel though, and was able to block it, but not the mix afterwards.
I'll try to throw,
Man,
knock
this
it
is
off.
so tough. Chickzama on their last legs.
Down the little
Red health. Such a tall hill to climb. This is Sisyphus and the God Hand coming down to smite Chickzama for being at full screen. Extreme Sonic 9 walking up, putting the foot on him and saying, no, I'm here to show why I'm a strong player. Winners finals is secured for Extreme Sonic to go against Javon, taking out one half of the gauntlet, but has one more to go in order to get to grand finals. And let me tell you, Javon is not going to go down easy, and neither is Chickzama, as they will be sent down to losers semi-finals. Oh no, not quite. Losers quarterfinals. And we're just gonna wait to see what they have. As I believe, well, who do you have? Benji Cake, Too Many Dads, and Hollow Weepy. So
it'll be
see more of them.
Yeah, this is gonna be shaping up to be a very interesting top 8 then. Yeah, Chickzama, Too Many Dads, and then Haas is going to be waiting on one more match here. They're finishing up, I believe, for Hollow and Weechi. So Haas will be playing the winner of that one. See.
Gotcha. Oh yeah, I guess they aren't being streamed right now. So I guess we're just in the waiting room at the moment, unless we want to play winners finals, which I don't know if the players want to do at the moment. But let's go over what players we have now. Yeah, let's see. Losers round 1. It was Hollow versus Zephyr. Hollow beating out Zephyr 2-1. Weepshi versus Citru. Weepshi being Citru 2-0. Obi Nation versus Benji Cake. Obi Nation losing 0-2 as Benji Cake moves on. And It's Just Morty versus Too Many Dads. It's Just Morty actually DQing out of the tournament, so that's a bit unfortunate. But
yeah,
it is what it is. It's also a late tournament, so I don't blame him. But yeah, Too Many Dads, Benji Cake, Hollow Weepy still in the tournament, still ready to throw some hands. And thank you to Zephyr FGC and Citru and Obi Nation for coming out.
Yeah, it's always
And
happy.
It's Just Morty. Sorry, and It's Just Morty.
Yeah,
Almost
it's like,
missed him.
yeah, it's always great to see players new and old coming in to test their mettle and just have a good time. You know, that's what it's about. Because that's one thing I've always loved about our community, especially the one here in Texas. They've always been always happy to help each other. There's always going to be salt, but I mean, there's going to be very little like anger or drama between everybody. Everybody's always been so helpful, so happy to have everybody, no matter what your skill level is.
One of the biggest states in the United States, the North America. And yeah, and one of the tightest knit communities out there, which is really cool.
Yeah.
At least when it comes to Blaze Blue.
Yeah, no, right? At least when it comes to Blaze Blue. Blaze Blue community is pretty awesome, not gonna lie. Like, I'm still very, very, relatively new to this particular side of the Texas community. I'm still learning all the terminology, learning all the characters. I'm not touching the lore, by the way. And everybody's just so cool. It's the one thing I've always loved about it. I come from Guilty Gear myself, and I've been playing that for a billion years. So having this like cool community to hang out with, I'm always happy and thankful for all of you.
Mm-hmm. Well, there we have it. We got the results in. Too Many Dads beating out Benji Cake 2-0, making it into losers quarterfinals to face off against Chickzama. Your reward for playing well is to play against Chickzama in losers side of top 8. Thank you to Benji Cake for coming out, and let's see what we have in store. Relius versus Hazama. What do you think?
This is a very I'm gonna say it's gonna be probably a pretty nasty matchup. It's Dads is Relius, both ranged, kind of quasi-ranged fighters. Dad's Relius has run me over a few times, uh, but Hazama is Hazama. So, and it's also not
Hazama.
is Hazama.
Yeah,
It's also
Hazama's
not,
Hazama indeed. Must I
yeah,
say more?
yes. Um, it's also one you don't see very often here.
分離とは面白い状態だ The wing of Freddy is turning
I wonder if I don't want to say anything, but that's the classic play your own intro and skip the other person's intro. Oh, too many dads actually getting clipped by Chickzama when they try to summon their puppet, and that's going to be a big thing to notice. Is that Daz is going to have a hard time summoning their puppet and making Daz resort to summoning their puppet in the air or in pressure, as we're seeing right here. Anti-air could get something started, but not if Chickzama is just continuously jumping out of this pressure. Not having any of it.
Yeah, and I see that Relius has like an interesting move where he kind of like phases through almost. I don't know if that's just like one something that he has. Oh, he activates the super.
Oh my gosh, this is so scary. And just like that, Dads is shut down. Chickzama with a round on the table. Oh wow, that was super ambiguous. That was a cross up from Chickzama coming out, and Dads wasn't quick enough to block it on the other side. Zama not only can just zip around the screen like that, but can also go for a lot of cross-ups that a lot of other characters can't, the way they slingshot across the screen.
Manages to catch Chick with a few hits. Hopefully he can convert off of it.
Just charging right there. Oh, baiting out the super. Oh, going to go right back into it anyways.
Now this is a part you really don't want to be a part of right there. Okay. That causes Chick to burst here. Or at least activate.
Dads could take it, but they had to play this perfectly at this point, and that is not something, not a possibility that Chickzama is going to let them have.
Taking it with the overhead.
Well, now we are in game 2. And Dad's hoping to take a round off of Chick. That was a round start air dash throw attempt.
Yeah.
Again, kind of similar to how Extreme Sonic was tackling the Hazama matchup, was trying to make sure that Hazama's out of the air, just chasing Hazama down, round start, so they cannot get away from him at the very beginning. And unfortunately, that throw was just, obviously too short to catch that air back dash from Chickzama, the air jump back. Well, that was a really interesting interaction. That super does give the doll, that doll super armor. So in that case, Dads was basically using that doll as a shield, basically,
Right.
to make sure that Chickzama was not touching it.
Yeah, it just needed one little tap, and Chickzama takes this next round. Now that is not a position you want to be in, even though not now that the puppet is out of commission. You don't want to be caught in between them.
No, not at all. But Dads is still playing so well despite having no doll. Look how much life that Chickzama lost in that short sequence of attacks. There it is, the super coming out, the wall of death. Can you clear it? And Chickzama takes that challenge with prowess.
Yeah.
Chickzama, active flow, overdrive, and full meter. There's the super. Get back here and get away from me. 4.2k damage. Burst coming out. Chickzama believes in this. And was just airborne long enough to make it over that doll the moment they went forward. That was a really unfortunate case of spacing in Dad's case.
If right now Daz is just buying some time to let the puppet come back.
And that was just a mistimed meaty, I believe, from Dad's. Or mistimed block, rather, maybe. Either way, Chickzama mashing on a wake up, knew that whatever, I guess was just confident that whatever Dad's was going to do was going to be fake. And because of that call out, because of that read, Chickzama will be moving on, sending too many Dads out of the bracket tonight, and will be moving on forward to losers semifinals, where they will face off against the winner between Haas and Hollow, which we're going to watch up next.
And also many thanks to Daz joining this tournament. It's always awesome to see Aurelius. It's not a character we see very often online, so again, many thanks to you, and hope we see you again in a future tournament.
Always a pleasure. Aurelius is a really cool character. I mean, a lot of characters are really cool in this game, but I will be biased towards some because I do think that some characters are cooler. And Aurelius is one of those characters. Not Carl. Aurelius.
It's like, yeah, we're going with Aurelius on this one. Also, it's because he's voiced by Junichi Suwabe, who actually does my favorite character, Venom and Guilty Gear. So we have that kind of link. So that's what kind of brings Aurelius up a couple of notches for me too.
Oh no. Does that mean you have to play Aurelius now? Yeah,
no.
You are obligated to
no.
pocket Aurelius.
No, I don't do well with puppet characters. Actually, I'll stick to my old men and my servant characters.
I mean, Aurelius is an old man.
Yeah, but he's not Valkenheim old.
That's true. But he's a dad, so he is kind of old. Haas versus Hollow coming up right now. Haas on the Kagura as we saw before, and Hollow coming back with that Mei, that purple Mei, trying to stay in this tournament, jumping over the flash kick, and will be jumping over that fireball as well. But Haas taking note of that dive kick that Hollow has been using so much, and actually being able to punish it and take advantage of the recovery that it puts Hollow in. And another unfortunate flash kick. It is Kagura's absolute best reversal option and best anti-air. Extremely big, and it is invincible on startup. But as any DP, as any reversal, is incredibly punishable on block or on whiff.
Yeah, this is one of those matchups that I'm like, that's actually a good question. Who would be slightly whose favor? Because Kagura is a character that hits very hard, but Mai hits hard and also hits very fast.
Well, one thing to note is that, remember how I talked about Kagura versus S? Well,
yeah.
This thing kind of applies the same way towards Mai. Okay. Mai is a very fast character, very slippery character, and can escape very easily, making it where Kagura, because of his poor movement, he can't quite chase down Mai very easily. And it also means that And another thing too is that Mai has an incredibly strong mid range, and Kagura does not have the best mid range, and so will also struggle in that regard as well. But Haas, even if the matchup might not be in their favor, still able to squeak out that round, and actually, well, not even squeak out that round, did that round very cleanly, very confidently, and that's great to see. Throwing out those fireballs, trying to keep Hollow in the air for longer so that it can give Haas more time to approach, as we're seeing right now. Anti-air will connect. This could be really big. There it is. That damage just keeps going up. When will it stop? 4K like that. What did I say? Kagura is a damage beast. 3-touch character. Sometimes even the 2-touch character.
And that, we have our first match to Haas.
First match to Haas. And Hollow now is on Hollow to have to adapt fast to this right now, because Haas was, it felt like Haas was struggling at the start, right? But then we started, but even then we saw how Haas knew how to play against this matchup, and that makes sense, dude, because there's a lot of mines over up in Dallas. We know Hollow, we know Milk Kaicho, so I would assume that Haas has a lot of experience with this matchup, and we saw that, like, glimpses of it at the start, and then it started to come into fruition, start coming more into play the longer the set started to run, the longer the game started to run, and now Haas is just running a pain train on Hollow right now. So much damage, and Hollow unable to play, maybe is a bit uncomfortable with how Kagura's pressure actually works, and there's the wall bounce, and that combo wasn't over yet either, but 2 hits was all Haas needed to take that round and put himself onto set point.
I think Haas is now starting to return the memory of the matchup. It's like, okay, I know what to do. I know what to do now.
You could say Hollow is doing a bit of the same here. Finally figuring out what to do, it seems. Guard thrust, throwing out those spears, charging them up, trying to keep Haas from approaching, trying to keep Kagura away, because they know what happens when Kagura gets in. The cross up, Hollow was not ready.
What's up though? Oh my god.
Astral on deck too. Oh, Haas.
Come on, just a little tap.
Now's the time.
Can you steal this round? Nope.
Never mind. Flash kick is enough to do it. Old, reliable, didn't even RC it at the end either, was just that confident. Haas, a quick 2-0.
Yeah.
An incredibly quick 2-0 over Hollow to place himself into losers semi-finals to play against Chickzama. Dallas versus Dallas team kill right here, and a possible another Dallas versus Dallas team kill coming up.
Yeah, I know. Again, thank you for Hollow. Hopefully we'll see you again soon. It was a great playing, great seeing the Mai. With the, I have to feel like I have to put the asterisk on there. We're always happy to see Hollow, but the Mai, the jury's out on that one.
And always cool to see Hollow come play, and also Hollow is a commentator too, just like us. So you can definitely expect Hollow not only in brackets, but also commentating the streams themselves.
Yeah. Now I'm looking at chat right now, and Benji's over here taunting the Dallas players about the Cowboys. I'm like, really, dude? We don't know sports around here. Come on.
Yeah. You know, I don't really know too much about it either. I kind of learn about that stuff through osmosis, listening to other people talk about it.
Yeah, exactly.
People being loud and like talking about the Dallas Cowboys. I'm like, okay, I'm gathering some context, but not enough to where I actually know what's going on. I can make a guess, sort of.
Yeah.
But not quite.
How can we We have Javon and Extreme Sonic. S versus 9. This is a matchup we are all familiar with here in Texas. We see it almost at least once every tournament, and I mean every single in Texas.
Oh yeah, definitely. Always saying S versus 9. It's just the classic, the staple Austin matchup at this point. So because Javon has so much experience in this matchup, playing against Julio, playing against Swirly, these incredibly strong 9 players, it's going to become less of a character matchup, I feel, and more of a player matchup going forward.
And see if Javon will be able to kind of ID the kind of the common threads with 9 players. See if Extreme Sonic will fit into it, or will Extreme Sonic surprise us and actually show us something else that maybe 9 can do that we have never seen before.
Well, I don't think Extreme Sonic is doing much different right here, but just doing the old classic rock, and it actually hitting every single time, I think. Javon didn't block a single one of those, which is very uncharacteristic of him.
Yeah. I see it catching air.
Oh, great RC after that fireball, actually leaving them plus enough to frame track Extreme Sonic for trying to mash out. The jump back in the JD, and that will lead to a full combo for Javon, allowing them to even up the rounds. Even though Extreme Sonic was looking super strong before, Javon is starting to get more of their bearings back, more of his bearings back. Press is active. Oh, the instant overhead, the classic. Javon will be doing that a lot to you. You gotta guess for those overheads or lows, or you just gonna get hit high like that. Those instant overheads can be so scary, so unpredictable, and Javon mixes them in so well to actually complement the character because of how crests work. And actually, because if you block an instant overhead, a lot of the time you can get a easy punish, or you can get a punish, or you can switch the tables around if you block that instant overhead, if you guess correctly. But not if an S presses out, because that crest threatens a frame trap if you try to press afterwards.
Yeah. That's causing Extreme Sonic to play a little bit more conservatively, but still keeping the pressure on.
Once again, yeah, Extreme Sonic got that first round win, and looks like they're going to be set to get another round win. But every single time this happens, it feels like Javon is immediately bouncing back. As we said before, that competitive spirit does not take losses very lightly, even if it's just a single round taken gone. Even if it's a single interaction, Javon will be upset about it.
Yeah, I think he heard us is why.
This feels like a single player game at this moment. You pay $60 just to do some combos.
Yeah.
There's the insult super just for the heck of it. And one thing to note there too, and I don't think anybody knows, it feels like it's like more of a knowledge check, right? Is that that insult super puts you airborne. So you saw how Javon instantly went for an air button afterwards, and I think Extreme Sonic didn't know that, so got hit by the overhead because of it.
Has the uppercut, or the DP, I should say. Oh, block the hawk.
Extreme Sonic sitting on full resources, but will they be able to use it is the question of the day.
And I'm finishing him off with a Navy pressure. This is actually shaping up to be a pretty interesting. Yeah, try the hurry, but unfortunately, Nijavan shuts it down.
Okay. A weird cross-up. Overhead will connect, but a lot of small damage combos. S, again, not a high damage character, not until you're in the corner or until S has an install crest active. Going to save that Kunzanite. Seems Extreme Sonic holding onto that rock for when he needs it. It looks like he wants it now. Oh, going to use it, just throws it out. Air to air, this combo won't be enough to kill, but it's going to bring down the life to even it out. And the overdrive into the astral.
Finish.
It's not even the final game of the set. We're on game 2. Calm down, hold your horses.
But it wouldn't be Javon if he didn't do it any other way.
You are so right for that. Well, Extreme Sonic has a reverse 3-0 in front of them, ahead of them. They have their work cut out for them. The question is Extreme Sonic getting paid enough to do so? You really care?
It'd be a good time to plug our Matcherino that's in the chat right now if anyone wants to donate a little extra to our pot at the moment. God, that air combo though.
Okay, air DP, why not? Big counter hit too, because this will give that Javon that side swap combo.
It almost...
And one more opening, baits out the DP. Yeah, I love how Javon baited out too.
Yeah.
Just that jump in and then jump up to bait it out entirely. Because remember, if you block that DP, it is safe for 9. But if you avoid it altogether, then you can punish it so much easier. And that's exactly what Javon did. That's that character knowledge coming into play, right? Yeah. It's not the character knowledge that Javon is struggling with whenever Extreme Sonic is winning. It's the player matchup. But once he gets that player matchup down, when he starts to pick up on Extreme Sonic's habits, as he's doing right now, then he's starting to play so much better and keeping Extreme Sonic from playing their game the way they want to. That was an unfortunate whiff from Extreme Sonic. They try to go out for a hard call with that anti-air button, and now Javon is turning the tables on them. Crest active. Stay in the corner. That teleport can't keep you invincible for long enough.
It's just showing that level of patience. But Extreme Sonic also would know this matchup as well, probably from playing Killer Kitty.
That is true. Throw tech coming out. Javon has active flow, has the overdrive, has the burst on deck. Going to use that RC to get closer in. Runs under that overhead and just does a run up overhead, and now that will kill. Overdrive super will do it. Javon actually staging a solid comeback in that round to take their spot in the grand finals.
All right, and that would leave Haas and Chickzama as our next match in top 8 losers. I'm doing my thing here. Make sure it's like, you have passed on? Yes, I do. Ooh, I don't want to be holding stuff up again.
Yeah, man, it's so weird having such a small bracket and having it end so early. It's so weird.
It's like, no. And look at the jazz. Like, no, we know sports.
No, you're lying.
No, it's like, no, we're lying to the audience. No, actually, Citrus is really good with sports. He's actually really good with bracket seating. I'm just really good with the running part of it, like yelling at people and telling them to play their matches. I'm watching the Dolphins and Chiefs right now. Football is like constant saying it's like it's constantly, I believe, saying football isn't real.
You know, maybe I should read chat too. Hold on, let me
Yeah.
pull up the stream. One thing about me is I never read chat.
Yeah, I try to do it every now and then while we wait between screen matches and just see what's going on in there. I think that's what we did last time when Chick and I were doing commentary, and we had that unfortunate disconnect at the end of grand finals, and I just ended up saying like, did I get an F in the chat? And everybody gave me Fs. I'm like, oh.
Oh yeah, they don't like the Cowboys.
They don't like
That's
the
what I
Cowboys.
gathered.
Yeah, it's a common sentiment here in Texas, and I don't think only Dallas residents like the Cowboys, and nobody else does.
Here we go. Haas versus Chickzama, losers, semifinals. And we are a go. Chickzama, good start, but yep, there it is. It's going to come out eventually.
Now this is now they're both DFW, right?
Yes.
Okay, so are pretty familiar with each other.
Yeah, that's what I said earlier. It's like Haas beat Hollow, and then Haas is playing against Chickzama. It's like a double Dallas team.
Right, the double team.
There it is. Throw to finish Haas off. Chickzama takes a round. Cross up. Another cross up. Another cross up. 3 cross ups in a row. All connecting, but no conversions. It's that mental damage, I guess.
It's that patience.
Like, hey, I'm over here now. No, I'm over here. Wait, I'm over here. Like, taps you on your shoulder.
Yeah, a little bit of a standoff at that part.
And here's the anti-airs coming out in droves. Kagura great at anti-airs, and Hazama a very airborne character. So
full screen, and just didn't quite get it.
Chickzama going to burst on that one. Does not want to lose this round. Does not want this round to slip out of their fingers.
And unfortunately, it did slip out of their fingers.
Yeah, sticking out that giant sword. I like to, I like to call this sword, Kagura sword. I like to call it the hitbox because it's literally just a giant square.
It is a big sword.
Yeah, I see 2C from Kagura, and I'm like, dang, that's literally just a hitbox. It's showing you the hitbox. Jeez. And it keeps going. And he almost got a blue beat combo at the end there too.
Yeah.
Just for the fun of it.
I am.
Wow. Haas is on a roll right now.
Like
Not
one
for
more
long,
death here.
Chickzama putting an end to it. Here's the Hazama pressure. Here's the Hazama combos, the damage we know and love. Up in the air, back down. Knife out, overhead. Forcing a burst from Haas. Haas has some life remaining, believing in this round because this is the final round of this game. Chickzama is on set point 2. Wait. No.
He caught into the trap here. And just like that, turn it right back around.
Yeah, I don't know why I thought that was set point for a second. I'm getting tired. Normally this is very late for me.
Yeah, you like that? You're the early bird, I take it.
Oh yes, very early for work. But I'm here because we're watching. I mean,
Yeah.
we gotta be here to support the Blaze Blue, support the Texas Blaze Blue Weekly here, support the scene.
And they even chose Rachel's. I think it's Rachel's stage.
An alternate version of Rachel's stage,
Alternate
not the
version,
cool,
okay.
not the cool one,
Not the
but
cool one.
it's still a cool one. I mean, it's still a really cool stage, but the other stage is definitely my favorite, the main version of it. In the corner you go, taking a skid. Interesting burst from Haas, actually. Normally you wouldn't want to burst in those kind of situations, but looks like Haas believes in it. This combo won't be enough to kill, I don't think. Yeah, oh my gosh, a pixel left.
Ah!
Oh
Pixel.
no. If I
Whoa.
was Haas right now, I would be so upset. 4.7k and still not enough. The magic pixel, we like to call it.
Yeah.
You're noticing a lot of these overheads are actually hitting a Haas a lot more than you think. Sorry. These overheads are actually hitting Haas a lot, and the reason why is because Kagura likes to sit down and hold back, right? Hold down back, because they are a charged character. They won't be charging that flash kick. They won't be charging that fireball, and you're going to be clipped by a lot of those just naturally. And Chickzama will take that set with those overheads, doing a lot of work and just clean neutral with this character. One of the strongest here in Texas for a reason, and we'll be moving on into losers finals against Extreme Sonic. Yet again, the run back. Chickzama's coming back with a vengeance.
And many thanks, Haas, for playing here.
Yes, thanks to Haas. Yeah, that was a great show, honestly. You can tell that Haas is improving too, because I saw Haas play a lot at Low Tier City, and they did great over there too.
Nice, nice. No, but you were mentioning the Magic Pixel. It reminded me of a match that I was watching. I believe it was CEO Taku. It was actually Swirly playing against.
I know what you're talking about, Small Fry.
Yeah, the Small Fry match.
Small Fry.
And Small Fry had it Swirly down to like a sliver of health, and he had like a good chunk of health on him. And Swirly just somehow.
The funny
survived.
thing is that set is actually insane, because that happened twice. I kid you not. That happened twice. Small Fry took the first game, and because it's the first of two, right? So Swirly had to win 2 games in a row, and in those 2 games, he went for like the weirdest like burst, or Small Fry just didn't kill. And there were these insane comebacks, because at those points, like Small Fry was like both times like 90% health, and those comebacks were absolutely absurd.
Yeah, and Chickzama is going with new. The naked one is what Swirly told me to call her.
Yeah, I remember
the difference between them.
I remember coming from Tag and then opening up Central Fiction and seeing her. I'm like, wait a minute, I don't remember the character like this in this game.
Yeah, it's like there's a regular one, there is the glowing one, and then there's the naked one. That's all. That's how I know them. This is gonna be. I don't get to see a lot of this character, so let's see what Chick has in store for us.
Yeah, to be honest, I'm in the same boat as you. I don't see a lot of this character, and as such, I don't know a lot about this character.
Yeah,
But those
yeah,
bits you see on the screen, those
yeah.
are going to be coming into play a lot because they're
Right,
going to be staying active on the screen, and they will be, and basically they just home in on the opponent.
right. Now I was thinking about trying this character out just to see. 'Cause I know we all have like pocket characters. We have like 8 of them. So, and she was actually pretty interesting to me, just because I kind of like the idea of those little arrows, if you will.
Yeah, I believe they refer to them as bits, but I could
Bits,
be
okay.
wrong. I could be wrong, but I think that's what they call them. Again, I hardly ever see this character. I think I've only ever seen this character played on stream, like when I was commentating it, like once. And when I'm not commentating it, again, still I barely see the character. Rain coming down, and Chickzama yet to put a dent into Extreme Sonic's health right now. Extreme Sonic playing so dominating, causing Chickzama to run back, play defensive, and setting up those bits, setting up those projectiles to control neutral, maybe control some space. And Extreme Sonic is just not having it. Mirror out,
Hey,
up above, Aegis Reflector. Sorry, Aegis Reflector.
Aegis Reflector. And that'll give it Extreme Sonic the first match.
I'm not too sure about that pick.
Yeah, I was kind of okay. Then okay,
That
we're
was
going back
that was
to
a bit of an oddball pick for Chickzama to go with in game 1. And I didn't even know that Chickzama had a pocket move.
No, right? I'm learning so so much about all our players. Like we have, oh yeah, how about this pocket, this and that. Like I know that Swirly has a pocket bullet.
Yeah, that is
Well,
true.
Yeah. And Javon has like 7 different characters in his pocket, so
Just pulls out the pocket and he's like, a bunch of characters falls down. Like, which one should I choose today? Which one I'm in the mood for?
I
You got
like,
Platinum, Juve, who else?
Uh,
New.
I believe is it Moo or New? Not New.
It's
like
new.
Moo or
It's
Red-
new 13.
Okay.
Yes, Moo's the naked one. Oh, what a use of teleport from Extreme Sonic. Teleport is strike invincible, so you can just use it to zip through those chains. And you don't normally see people intentionally teleport through those chains either. So
Right.
really interesting call out that worked out in Extreme Sonic's favor, as we're seeing right here. Chickzama blocking that rock high, has the clock ticking. You gotta get a hit on Extreme Sonic soon, or you will
Get it
blow
for it.
up.
You
That
will get
clock
it.
is ticking down, and it will finish Chickzama off, finishing off Extreme Sonic's combo. Was able
Wow.
to wait and buy time long enough for it to finally tick down to 0.
Yeah, and that super you don't see often, because more often than not, the X player will be able to get a hit on them and it will cancel out the clock.
And Extreme Sonic's like, hey, you want to play lane? You want to go to full screen and spam stuff? I can do that too.
Yeah. 9 can do that in spades. Alright, blocking the rock. Nice.
Oh, tension. Up in the air, back down. Chickzama should have enough for another super at the end. No! And the skull. Oh, interesting. Using that skull. You don't see that spell used very often from 9 players.
Yeah, it's I just know it's like a goat head. It looks like one, or a ram, I don't know.
Should be a cow skull.
Okay.
Or I guess it's no. You know what? I think you're right. I think it's a ram.
Yeah, you're right. It is a spell that you don't see often from any of the 9 players.
Rounds are even up, and the rock cracking that head open yet again.
Air throw converting right off of it, putting into a very, very powerful combo.
Playing unpredictable with these teleports, and this does make it so that when the chains actually miss and they don't hit your opponent, then Chickzama can't recharge those chains unless Chickzama goes back on the ground. So completely avoiding them hurts Kazama a lot, because you know those chains at full screen is the way they like to play. The laser punishing full screen as well, double navy pressure. The second one going to whiff, so wasn't able to finish out Chickzama in the end. Just a bit of bad timing on Extreme Song's part, was getting a little too antsy with those overheads, trying to finish it off, and Chickzama going to win that round because of that.
Put it at 1-1, I believe.
Yes, it is. Chickzama switching back to the main man, the main character, and doing work as always. Again, wasn't too sure about that move pick.
Yeah. We're gonna eternally question that, by the way. Bring out the DP, turning into fire.
Yeah, but I am interested, because if Chickzama does actually get a really good move, that'd be really cool. I think the only Moo player I know who's in Texas is Dovingly. That's the only Moo player I know.
I'm sorry, like, what was that?
The only Moo player I know in Texas is Dovingly.
Oh, okay.
Or actually in general.
Yeah, you don't see her often, like, at all. Oh, phases right through that and finishes with the overdrive.
Yes, that was an Exceed XL. So going right through whatever Extreme Sonic tried to do, as it is invincible.
Yeah, he's phasing through this really well, though. Even though it still kind of got caught at that last
phasing through them, but not really hitting Chickzama. It's going through them, but the moment they try to press buttons, try to open up Chickzama, they're not. He's not able to break that guard, break that block until now. Has rock. Going to use it, has another rock on the back burner, going to swap to it immediately. We're going to see it though, jumps up. We'll use it now as that combo tool. And there we have it, a round for Extreme Sonic in Game 3. This is going by very back and forth, actually.
Yeah. doing the classic 9 combos here.
And the second Coons of the night. First one blocked, the second one not.
Oh, how the turns
Wow.
are tabled.
And Astral on game 2. Still have one more game to go, but this is a great momentum shift for Extreme Sonic. Man, that was a bit unfortunate for Chick too, because if you noticed, for a split second, you could see Chickzama walking forward as Hazama, because that was a really extremely ambiguous cross-up J2A that Extreme Sonic pulled off that caught Chickzama off guard for just a split second, just long enough to where they were able to get a full combo off that and take advantage of that opportunity.
Now that'll put Extreme Sonic up by 2. If he takes this one, he'll be going to Grand Finals.
Yeah, just one more game. Just one more game. Yeah, it just needs to close this out. Needs that closing potential. Not like you can always get to that point where you have one more game to win, one more round to win. But if you can't close it out, then what's the point? So steal those nerves and just play as solid as you were before. Has the school active, will use it, and has that Kunzite in the back to use if they want to.
Just waiting in the back pocket.
Yeah, waiting for their opportunity. It's like, man, every single I keep seeing this rock. Okay, now it's finally used. It didn't work out though. I was like, I'm looking at this rock the entire time, and I'm like, it feels like that one meme where it's the guy pondering his orb. He just has the rock there. It's like pondering the rock. When am I going to use it?
When are we going to use this rock? And it worked out for Extreme Sonic in the end.
Yeah, looks like it. Extreme Sonic on set point against Chickzama. Can we see a second place finish for Extreme Sonic, or even a first place finish? We will see. Navy pressure, full screen pressure. Chickzama going to be blocking high that time, walking back. At this point, Chickzama is anticipating those God hands from full screen.
Yeah, Chickzama knows his matchup pretty well from all the different 9 players that they've met up with. Extreme Sonic though is really shining in this set.
What did I tell you about Hazama stagger pressure?
Yeah, Hazama stagger. Teleporting out of the corner. This is his like taking back their turn.
Morganite in the back pocket, but the super from Chickzama. Alrighty, the rounds are even up. Chickzama could steal this set point away from Extreme Sonic just like that.
Chickzama's not going to go down without a fight.
Once again, J2A doing work for Extreme Sonic.
The fairy is out.
Oh, Chickzama actually stayed in the air for so long that the fairy was able to clip her.
The
Oh
patience.
my gosh. Oh my gosh, what is even going on right now?
This neutral
There's
is
the-
not through.
I feel I feel like that entire time Chickzama was just waiting for that throw. Oh my gosh. Stuck in that graviton, the gravity well. Forced to eat overheads in overhead hell.
And Chickzama takes that one. It's now 3-2 or 2-2. Excuse me.
Two. Looks like the players are going to take a quick breather right now. It's going by so quick, but
Yeah.
it can only go on for so long. As one more game will decide who moves on and who leaves.
Who goes home?
Yeah,
Wait.
well, they're already home.
That was fast.
Who turns off their computer?
Already, Extreme Sonic right out of the gate with a classic 9 combo. Fairy is out once again.
Counter hit. On track for a perfect. Never mind.
One hit, okay, not a perfect anymore. Boom.
There it is, 5B, using those plus frames to their advantage. Yeah, 5B is +2. So that's the why Chickzama RPS and stagger pressure is so strong. Those 2 frames do so much work.
I like that. Now Chickzama is on turn set point here.
Already, size swapped in the corner with you. Oh wow, that actually beat out the rollout from Extreme Sonic. Oh, that was so smart too. Using that backdash, using the strike invincibility to bait out the chain. And so when Chickzama tried to go in, it wouldn't put Extreme Sonic into block stun. So they could press any button really to basically counter them and knock them out of the air. Overdrive super. How much damage is this going to do? I think this will kill. No, not quite.
Not quite a pixel of health, but yeah, one touch still means death.
Yeah, I spoke a little too soon there. Gotta play perfectly, and oh no! Chickzama jumping back, chain hitting a single straight hit towards the head, and now Chickzama is back up there in grand finals against Javon.
And that was a great showing from Extreme Sonic. Your 9 has grown quite a bit. It's always a pleasure to see.
Yeah. Yeah, pleasure to see such improvement that come from all the players. And yeah, just keep at that grind. That's what these tournaments are for. And especially now more than ever with everyone going to Frosty. So getting in as much practice as we can. We have these we have these weeklies basically every single week up to Frosty, and we also have Austin Air Assault still going on. I know that I believe there are some Dallas locals going on as well before Frosty as well. And I don't think, yeah, Houston doesn't normally run Blaze Blue, but
they do
we
have
still have these weeklies you still have these weeklies, yeah.
Yeah. I know at Houston they have that what they call that anime place, which is a Sunday local, and I believe that they have Blaze Blue running there.
Oh yeah, I think also
あなたも物好きですね。
San Antonio looks. I don't think they played
Yeah.
Blaze Blue today though. I think the
Every-
San
これがチ
Antonio
ェーン
River
コン
City
ボなん
reversal
ちゃっ
was
て。
today.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like I saw Javon there doing his do I want to go with his pocket or does he want to go with his S? It's like no, he's gonna go with his S. As he should.
Okay, yeah, it was Grand Blue and Guilty Gear, so they didn't have Blaze Blue
The
today.
wing of Freddy's turning. Leaving. One. Action.
All right, 6B round start. Doesn't get more fast than this.
But check calling it out already. I've been forcing Javon to burst early in the round here. Oh, catching Javon already in the super.
And still has burst, still has overdrive. Wow, what a one-sided beatdown that felt like.
It's not one you see often, especially when Javon is involved. Like, Chick is really learning the matchup.
Dude, Chick was like, I worked so hard to get from the opposite side of the bracket all the way up to grand finals to play against you. I'm gonna make it count.
Yeah. Oh, that's what was interesting. That was a hell of a burst right there.
And just like that, Javon is doing the same thing that Chickzama was doing to him in the previous round. In the corner, this is your new home. Get some bed sheets ready. Get some pillows. I hope you're ready for a small nap until it's ready to wake up, break out. Javon using that projectile super, trying to bait out maybe or beat out maybe a chain from Hazama coming from full screen, but it was not a reaction, so that did go blocked. And now that does mean that Javon does not have any meter. We'll have meter now, but at this point, it's becoming less and less useful. Such a low life remaining. I'm going to use
Javon
rapid
just
cancel to
annoys
keep that safe. Base the burst! Javon really is just eating burst for breakfast.
Yeah.
The only player to actually go for these burst baits. And one thing to note right here is that S pressure is already really scary, but one thing about Hazama is that Hazama really has no real reversals except ones that are tied to his reverse, except the ones that are tied to his resources like Exceed Excel, like Counter Assault. Hotenjin is close, but it's just very fast. It's not actually invincible.
Right.
So
Yes.
Hazama, Chickzama is going to have even harder of a time getting out of S pressure than a lot of other characters can, because other characters can just flash kick out if they suspect that Javon's going to keep the pressure going.
Oh, he's gonna get out.
A TRM, unfortunate, but really good for Javon.
Yeah, her speed is just like one moment she's on one side of the screen and then she just like hauls ass to the other side, and in like a blink of an eye.
She's so small but so fast.
Yeah.
Gremlin running towards you with a giant sword, a sword bigger than her.
Oh, Chickzama's on the magic pixel.
A magic pixel, but also a pixel that can be chipped out or just beaten out entirely by a single button. That 6B will do it. Huge button. And Javon's been doing that a lot, using 6B to beat out Chickzama, going for those chain follow-ups. Oh, didn't block the crest. The crest really can just act like a shield.
Like, I'm just seeing how active it is, like, while it's on screen. It stays on there for a while.
Yeah, it's like a, you know, Ramlethal from Strive, where
Yeah.
she throws her sword into the corner and it explodes. It's basically that, but you can put it anywhere you want on the screen.
Right. And I was
Wait,
about to say something and I just totally forgot what I was going to say.
wait, Javon's 2 games over Chickzama right now, right? I think so.
Yeah?
Just one more game will do it.
Mm-hmm.
Chickzama yet to take a single one, was able to squeeze by some rounds, but never enough to close it out. Javon's on a tear right now. 60 will get baited out by the overdrive, and that's an easy punish for Chickzama right there. Lifesteal ring coming into effect, going to take back some of that stolen life.
Oh, combos into it from the throw. And that'll do it.
No need to worry about scaling when any hit kills afterwards. Wow, that just went right over that DP, but Chickzama tried to go for that corner swap, try to get that corner position, that corner advantage, but unfortunately, yeah, it just took way too much time to actually punish it properly. This will be an actual punish though. Blue beat combo, super at the end, easy 4K. Oh no, I think that's enough to kill. Okay, yeah, Chickzama knew that.
Oh, there is a punish.
And with that punish, Chickzama has a game on the table. Now you just got to do it 2 more times. 2 more times for a reset, for a chance to win grand finals. Not even a grand finals victory.
Right? Oh my god. But we've seen some stranger things happen in this tournament, so you never know. God, that overhead. I think it's huge.
Wow, the clash cancel. Chickzama was either ready or whatever they canceled afterwards was just a stroke of luck. Set up instant overhead. Overdrive pop. Has super. Going to give this super overdrive damage buff. This should be enough. Yes, it will. 4.8. There it is. That's what I'm telling you. The moment they get that crest and have overdrive, you know that you're going to die.
Yeah, it's like a little.
Yeah.
It's a little. What is it? Almost like a Psycho Crusher.
Sorta, yeah. I see what you mean. Ball back.
AD charges up. Chickzama going to use the overdrive and actually gets in. I think that might have been a missed input from Javon right there with that DP, or they're just anticipating a chain zip in from Chickzama. Either way, life is evened up. Purple throw, dribbled like a basketball.
And that was 4,400 damage right there. Oh, again!
Oh, Javon is on set point, but Chickzama does not care. Could potentially take this game too. Oh no. Oh no. Yeah, Chickzama knew. Bursted that one. Has no burst for this combo though. Get back into the corner. The cross up. The overhead. The quest. Extending the combo. The overdrive and the exceed excel just for good measure. Javon with a perfect will be winning tonight's Texas Blaze Blue Central Fiction Online Weekly.
Oh, wow, that's another another victory for Javon, and winning in the most Javon way possible.
Yep, a perfect will do it. Not an astral. You can only get so much. He got his astral for the bracket already, so I think he's
Yeah.
satisfied. But
Yeah.
just played that very well, and I mean all players play that really well.
And one more time, let me just put in our Purino before it closes out. See if we get a little bit more drummed up for our group here. Thank you everyone for coming in, and of course to our players and to our TO and our second place at the tournament itself, Chickzama. And thank you for joining me, Salty. It's always nice to learn more about the game because you've done your homework, and it's always just fun to be listening to you and learning so much more about it.
Yeah, no problem. It was a bit of a last minute thing, but I decided to hop in and help because I haven't done so in a while. So the last time I did it was the very first one with Weebshi. So it's good to be back. It's good to be back watching Blaze Blue, seeing these players play, supporting the scene. Sorry if I was a bit tired, but it is late for me.
Yeah.
And, I did.
Time. Yeah.
But yeah, I'll be at Frosty to commentate some more Blaze Blue if you're interested in that.
Yeah, I'll definitely be tuning in on my end. Between work and everything, I'm definitely going to be checking out Frosty from the sidelines.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't really have anything else to say. So I guess I'll just hand it off to you and Chickzama.
All right, Chickzama, do you have anything else to add?
Yes. Thank you all for coming in today. We do have 2 offline events coming. Let me see. We have Austin Air Assault on the 18th at 8 p.m. If you check out, let me see, what is there? Have to double check their Twitter. Actually, let me just drop this in the stream. Here's the sign-ups for Austin Air Assault. They'll be having CF, as well as Quick Draw Brawl on the 20th. And find that link real quick.
Yeah, so that's going to be giving you plenty of Blaze Blue to hold you over until Frosty Faustings.
Oh, yup. It is very soon, and I am freaking out.
Yeah, Frosty will probably be the second biggest Blaze Blue bracket this year. I guess right behind Combo Breaker.
We'll see.
Having
Last
it early,
2023, actually, the biggest bracket for that year was for Frosties. But,
Was it? Okay.
Frosties, then Combo Breaker, then Evo, I believe. Off the top of my
Yeah.
head.
Gotcha. Well, that's if Evo will have that as like a community tournament, right?
Mhm.
The side event.
Here. speaking of more events, so we will have our weekly, as we're doing it for prep for Frosties. We will have it on Sunday, the 21st. So get in your last minute training for Frosties, and then we'll be heading out, and we'll come back with you probably in February. So stay tuned in the Discord if you're in the Discord, or not in the Discord, I should say. Join the Discord at that link. Alright.
And with that, everybody have a good night. Please stay warm, because I know Texas is going to be getting hit with yet another cold front.
Yeah. Please do that. I know I can't do cold very well.
Yeah. It's gonna be rough. But hang in there, girl.
Yeah, just be safe, guys, okay? And hopefully we will see all of you next week for our next tournament.
Yeah.
Have a good one.
Take it easy, y'all. We're rating a good friend of mine. They're having their final stream, so they're running a Street Fighter tournament.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Take it easy, everyone, and good night.